China has created the world's first unmanned aircraft carrier that controls a whole swarm of combat drones. A ship like that can carry more than 30 types of weapons, including even nuclear ones. Cannons weighing up to 3,000 tons destroying everything around, an engine the size of the largest truck, and maybe even a nuclear reactor. All these are not just words, but facts about the new Chinese aircraft carrier Type 003, which China has recently launched. This ship will be one of a kind and should be a real trump card if the tension between America and China reaches a peak. The Type 003 can already be on the list of the best aircraft carriers because it is not inferior in size even to the American Gerald R Fords. It is 320 meters long and 78 meters wide. The height, however, was not told. The Chinese did not get lucky with height for some reason. To launch planes and drones, this beauty uses ultra-modern electromagnetic catapults, while the Americans use steam ones. There is very little official information about the stationary armament of the ship, but it is known that such a giant will be equipped with the latest large-caliber art systems similar to those on Gerald R. Ford. And a lot is already known about its active weapons. The Type 003 will be covered by 40 Shenyang J-31 fighters. This is a fifth-generation aircraft created using stealth technology. It can reach the speed of 2,200 kilometers per hour and has supersonic missiles with interchangeable warheads under its wing. Even one of these can destroy a fortified enemy position, and imagine what 40 of these aircraft are capable of. The J-31 is similar to the American F-22 fighter in many ways, so the US has something to counter such a threat. But China has another trump card. Their new aircraft carrier is equipped with a nuclear engine and will carry a whole swarm of combat drones. Among them are flying kamikazes, reconnaissance aircraft and bombers, as well as unmanned underwater vehicles with nuclear weapons. More than 100 devices placed on board the drones are designed to create a system for monitoring and intercepting targets. And to tell the truth, few can withstand this. The list of flying drones may include such giants as WZ-7 Soar Dragob and Wing Lung 2. The first one is capable of reconnaissance at a distance of up to 10,000 kilometers, while being at an altitude of over 18 kilometers. Even a fly can't hide from it, as it has the latest optical systems hidden under its body. The second one is a shock drone, which uses 12 guided missiles as a means of destruction, as well as laser-guided bombs. All of this will be managed by a single artificial intelligence capable of coordinating launch, movement, and return to board. The ship will operate completely autonomously only on the high seas. Navigation near ports will be carried out by means of remote control. China is very proud that all the aircraft carrier components are designed and manufactured in their country, without the involvement of external specialists and industries. This also applies to the artificial intelligence, visual information recognition systems, and propulsion systems. However, let's remember how many times the Chinese have been caught stealing American components. It will not be at all surprising if a laser will also appear on the Type 003 soon. Ah, right, it's already there. While flying over the Pacific Ocean, the P-8A Poseidon reconnaissance aircraft belonging to the U.S. Army was subjected to laser radiation emanating from the Chinese territory. The Pentagon did not understand what exactly attacked, the ship or the plane, but the evidence of radiation was definitely recorded. Due to this event, the U.S. military has reasons for concern. They noted that the laser used by China could potentially cause serious harm to the aircraft crew and sailors, as well as ship and aircraft systems. At the same time, no one saw the laser beam itself. The radiation seemed to emit in a spectrum invisible to the human eye. Nevertheless, the special sensors the aircraft was stuffed with identified that the attack had come from the Chinese water area. It is indeed possible, since China has similar technology and the laser weapon itself can operate both in the visible and invisible range. The first option creates a very bright beam and is used mainly to destroy optical instruments and detonate the target. The invisible one is designed to scan and disable electronic devices, and it can only be detected with special technology. The laser itself easily finds all aircraft and very accurately determines their location and speed. There is also another feature that is usually not mentioned. There is a type of laser radiation that affects the human body and damages the brain. A person who receives such a sudden laser strike loses control of the body for a certain amount of time, falling into a temporary coma. And given that this weapon is used against aircraft, a catastrophe is generally guaranteed. There is a reason why the US military considers China its main potential enemy. And generally, the People's Liberation Army can compete for the right to be called the best in the world in terms of technical support. But while China only has one strong aircraft carrier, America is able to defend itself with other powerful ships. For example, the missile destroyers USS Ross. They are huge, 154-meter steel monsters, stuffed with a whole bunch of advanced weapons. Each ship carries at least 2 launchers, whose total ammunition capacity is 100 guided missiles. Each of these projectiles has its own radar and homing head. It is able to independently calculate the enemy and transmit data to the rest of the missiles. Thus, each target will receive exactly as many explosives as needed to destroy it. In addition to missiles, the USS Ross is also armed with a 127mm Mark 45 artillery mount, each shot from which leaves a crater on the ground, so even the most durable bunker will fall apart after a few hits. The ship has something against air targets as well. 2 automatic cannons with a caliber of 25 mm and 4 heavy machine guns that will put holes in any aircraft. It even has its own analog of a laser, namely the fastest firing gun in the world, the Phalanx CIWS. 4,200 rounds per minute is no joke, and even though this is just an advanced machine gun, with such a rate of fire, its shots look like a real laser beam. The first ship to get this laser installation was USS Gerald R. Ford, the flagship of the US Navy. It is not just a ship, but a real giant, which has become a legend due to its huge size. Just imagine, 340 meters long and almost 80 meters wide. This is 3 times the size of an entire football field. But it is also huge in height, 75 meters, which is the same height as a 25-story building. I believe you can imagine its size. And how does the fact that this colossus can simultaneously carry up to 90 aircraft make you feel? Such flagships as the world's best F-35 fighter, the strongest bomber with nuclear missiles, B-21, and the largest CH-53K King Stallion helicopter can be distinguished among everything else. The rumor has it that you can already encounter the 6th-generation NGAD fighter on board the USS Gerald R. Ford, but we will talk about this in other videos. Each fighter aboard USS Gerald R. Ford is on alert 24/7, and the aircraft carrier itself does not mind shooting down its enemy with the ship's most powerful cannons. One shot and the enemy base crumbles into pieces, and an entire cannonade of them will turn all enemy equipment into dust. In addition to all this, like a cherry on top, it has a unique laser weapon. Layered laser defense is the largest laser the US has, and its best carrier will be the largest aircraft carrier in the world. The guys from Lockheed Martin attempted to combine the combat and reconnaissance systems into one. This ambitious plan has been successfully implemented as layered laser defense. This installation can withstand drones, aircraft, and even speedboats using its powerful energy beam that is heated up to 1,000 degrees. During testing, the ground system tracked the drone in the air and fired a high-precision beam at it, invisible to the human eye. It only took a moment for the drone to be destroyed. Of course, it won't work as easily with an airplane, but in 3 seconds of continuous heating, all the electronics can be turned off, and in 5 seconds, internal combustion can occur. Both the first and second options are deadly for modern technology, and I don't think that the pilot will be happy to suddenly end up in a steam room either. To avoid unnecessary sacrifices, the LLD installation has different modes. The first one creates optical blindness and disables sensors, and the second one completely eliminates the target. Similar installations are planned to be mounted mainly on large ships, but there is a possibility of using them on airplanes too. Imagine the huge aircraft carrier Gerald R. Ford carrying 90 fighter jets, each armed with an energy weapon. It would be an unforgettable laser show, which the enemy will clearly not be delighted to see. The cost of one Gerald R. Ford armed with guns and a laser is $15 billion, and the question remains, who do you use such power against? Brute strength and combat experience against advanced artificial intelligence, who will win this battle? This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching and see you soon.